And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. The Watchers Podcast, WATCHERZ.
Lowercase ER this year.
I already said it.
Oh, you did?
Episode 60, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 60, ladies and gentlemen.
Episodio 60.
Something like that.
You.
I'm Tavon, Tri-State _tip on Instagram.
Tiger Helly 19 on the Snapchat, Jeezys. Facebook by way of the government, Jason Williams. Follow the stripes.
Smitty Green Giant on Instagram.
Known as the damaging.
It will be the damaging this year. The damaging is back. But
And then Corey J on Instagram.
So, fellas,
how's y'all week?
Cool.
decent week, you know. We got MLK Day coming up tomorrow.
Yes.
So,
Salute
happy
to the king.
Jonathan Majors Day to everybody.
Yeah, hold you down, Coretta.
Good week. Can't complain.
Yeah, Coretta gonna hold our show down too this year.
What happened?
Coretta's gonna hold the show down this year.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna put a picture of Coretta.
No, I think we just gotta let her be.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need to.
No, we don't want that.
She's a
national treasure.
a great iconic black woman.
Yes, she is.
And I don't want to even like play around with it. To me, that was disservice he did.
I was gonna say
Keep
like,
bringing her name up.
on a serious note, I think that was the dumbest thing.
Yeah.
That he should have did.
Well, we roll into that, I guess, when we talk about Jonathan Major.
Yeah, we could rehash this, but yeah. Shout out to the family of Martin Luther
Yes,
King.
yes,
And shout
yes.
out to Coretta. So we'll leave it at that.
I'm completely lost.
Yeah,
So-
and so is the audience.
I'm like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Basically, make a long story short, Jonathan Majors did an interview on
What was going?
Good Morning America. I'm just
let him get it out.
paraphrasing it, damn it. And he went on there and basically said that what's his girlfriend's name?
Megan Good.
Megan Good was holding him down like Coretta Scott King, which nah.
And so prior to that, the reason why it's funny that he said it is because there's conversation recorded between him and the girl that the allegations and the lawsuit and stuff came about with, of him telling her to be like Coretta Scott King.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can tell, she's
Not one that's
and I don't want to say it like that, but it's weird to tell someone to act like Coretta Scott King to begin with. But
Is that our segue to just roll into the Jonathan Majors segment?
sure, then let's just go ahead and get it out the way. Let's just get it. Who brought this up, by the way? Who brought up Coretta? Why you?
I don't know, man.
Let's just go ahead and talk about it. Let's just get this out the
That's
way.
why I was lost. I was like, what?
Let's just get this out the way. All right. Thoughts, comments, concerns. Jonathan Majors coming into 2024. What y'all got? We all seen. If you haven't known, he got convicted on 3 of the 4 counts. I'm not sure what the counts are, but
It was,
it's 2. Sorry,
it
2.
was the misdemeanors that he got.
2 of the 4. Okay.
Yeah, but the 2 serious ones he was acquitted of, I believe.
Okay. Thoughts, comments, concerns.
I just feel that the media is not differentiating what he was found guilty of versus what the initial allegations were. I mean, it's looking a certain way, but it's not really that way. Misdemeanors, the situation, the video. There's a lot of bullshit to me, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's one of them classic cases where it's the media spun a narrative times 20. I mean, my thing was I thought he was not guilty when he ran like 6 blocks like Sha'Carri Richardson. But I guess he had a case and they tried him before people and they thought otherwise. So I think it's a dumbass decision, but
I didn't
is
like
what
the interview.
nah.
I didn't watch it yet.
Nah.
I haven't watched it yet.
I think he shouldn't have done it.
It was
I don't
the-
like it.
It was not a good look, like coming from like And I wouldn't even did the interview with Disney because they just like fired me
Yeah.
from a movie.
Yeah.
And then you want to go on Good Morning America with a company that was representing that you was employed by, and they just pretty much fired you. But my whole thing is, I've seen Hollywood stars do worse stuff than him.
For sure.
They have not gotten jobs. I mean, Charlie Sheen was going around giving people the rug bird, and he's still working.
Castro.
No, I'm just being honest.
No, I'm saying, but you know why Castro?
Yeah.
And you know, that is definitely a conversation to be held. We as recently saw with Ezra Miller. We were talking all last year about Ezra Miller doing, damn, he did something else. And
He's still
that
promoting
movie still got out, and I'm sure he still got his money, and life is life. There's definitely a conversation to be had about standards of people being held to different standards. We definitely had a conversation. I don't want to have it for tonight because that can go on for how long, but I think he's. We had this conversation a little earlier. I think he got to sit down. I think he got to sit down about 2 years before he comes back.
in the playoffs. I think it'll die off though.
Yeah, but I think he just has to get out of the limelight for a little bit. I don't want to say be forgotten, but make people kind of miss your presence a little bit, and then he's gonna have to come hard when he comes back. Now, pause. But he's gonna have to whatever that role is when he does come back.
I think he'll bounce back, but just given the climate right now with everything, it's best he fall back. But
Yeah.
I think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, with how they like this.
It's particularly sucks because of where he was at in the stride that he was on,
Yeah.
where it was banger and good roles coming up for him, right?
Yeah.
And so
He lost.
I think that
He lost the Rodman.
the timing, yeah.
The Rodman movie got canceled.
I mean, out of all of that, you lost the Disney check that was guaranteed however many movies, you know, and TV shows. So
Yeah, and countless other things. So,
Yeah.
Like I said, keep your head up, man, John. But
Yeah.
I think it'll blow over.
well, we'll see what happens with that. But the reason why we are here today is to discuss our favorites, particularly favorite movies at this point, of 2023. Now, everybody, you know, don't have a particular favorite up to top 10, but they do have, you know, their top circle of movies from last year. So
This was hard.
was-
this was a hard list this year.
It was a very good year.
I was able to get 10, but picking one, it really came down to about two or three movies that I had to decipher between two as far as my favorite movie of the year.
My first two, I'm good with them.
Okay. See, mine's could be interchangeable,
Meg
honestly.
too.
Yes, I put Meg 2 as number one then.
Between that and Fast and Furious.
Yep.
Yeah.
Off key, but Fast X was probably one of the funnest experience I think I've had in the theater for every wrong reason.
So Brian's not here tonight, but we do have Brian's top 10 list. So as we go through ours,
Shout out Big, he doing some big things right now. So.
we'll tell his as well. So Julian, sir,
What's up, man?
if you can give me your number 10 movie and what you liked about it.
Okay, my number 10. Hold on 1 second. I have to pull it up.
I should have just read Brian's first.
All right. So here we go. Brian, number 10 movie, 2023, Knock at the Cabin, which I forgot that came out last year.
And it was it was good.
It was a decent movie. It was better than I thought, especially for M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa. Wow.
What's the name was good in it too.
Wow.
What you mean, wow?
That's how you phrased it.
That's what a lot of
you
people
like-
phrasing
you-
movies lately.
He's one of my favorite directors.
All right, but he's been missing. He's been bricking. Come on.
You know what's crazy?
Let's
You know what's wild? He don't really have a movie I don't really like. Out of everything I've seen, I enjoy them all.
Batista was really good in that though.
but I did. I
So,
missed that one.
I've watched all, I don't want to say all, but I watched a good portion of M. Night Shyamalan movies. I'm going to watch it even if it's bad. But I am also acknowledging he put out some duds.
See, I feel like M. Night's the same way I am with, just the same way that Zack Snyder is. They're either, sometimes they're polarizing. You might be into their stuff, or you might not be into their stuff, or you might be somewhere in the middle, like, oh, I like some of them, I'm trying to think of a movie of his that I'm like, I didn't really care for that.
You like that last Airbender? You like?
Last
I
year,
didn't watch that one.
I walked.
After Earth,
I didn't like the
After Earth.
the
That was
representation on that one. I missed After Earth.
Yeah, so you just missing them.
I didn't see After
I just
Earth.
wanted to double check. Man.
Yeah, I didn't see After Earth. I did want to see
That
it.
was
Okay.
bad.
Wasn't that the one with Will and the Son?
Yeah,
it
terrible.
was,
Yeah.
It was on TV a couple weeks ago. I wanted to
Yeah,
watch
it's
it.
bad.
Man.
It's bad.
I did hear that was bad, but
Okay.
That's a bathroom break, man.
Are you good with your 10 yet, Julian?
Yeah, my number 10 is Super Mario Brothers.
Okay. Okay. Anything particular you liked about it? Just a good movie overall?
I liked it. I mean, it was a lot of animation that could have made my list this year, but this one was one that stuck out for me. I liked it just because it paid homage to the series, and it actually had a really good, solid story for it. I mean, I was into it from the beginning to the middle and to the end. I mean, Jack Black was good as Koopa singing Peaches.
Oh, Bowser.
Yeah. And he has two names.
Yeah.
It's either King Koopa or Bowser, and it all depends.
I'm so used to calling him Bowser.
Yeah.
So.
Well, actually, they're two different characters.
They end up making them.
Yeah, that threw me off
In
though.
the
Like
beginning, they
when they
were the
started doing Bowser, it
Yeah.
threw me off because I was used to Koopa,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden
And-
Koopa was gone and Bowser was up in the crib.
And I liked it. My son liked it as well. So it was cool.
Okay. All right. For my number 10, I am audibling as we go along right now, and I'm changing shit up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with.
Come on, man. Come on.
I'm gonna go with.
Should have did a tier system.
No, because you got to make a decision, right?
Yeah,
And so
gotta
it's gonna
stand
come
on
down.
it.
It's gonna come down to. All right. So my criteria is it a good movie? Yes. Did I enjoy it? Can I watch it multiple times? The acting. So I'm putting different criteria onto the stuff, and something's gonna have to get kicked out, even though I enjoyed it. And we'll go in later about some honorable mentions, and it's gonna be rough, but yeah. All right. So my number 10 is going to be Killer. And that was a movie on Netflix, a David Finch movie, I believe, with the guy. He does good with different accents, but he
Was it Michael Fassbender?
Michael Fassbender, yeah. So he plays an assassin, and it's from his perspective and some of the nuances about how meticulous he is, and a day in the, I won't call it a day in the life because it's more than that, but thought process. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Good. It was good. From what I watched of it, though, I didn't watch all of it, but from what I was watching of it, it was getting pretty interesting, though.
Yeah, so that's gonna be my number 10.
Okay.
Let's see what Brian's number 9 is.
I think he got.
Number 9 for Brian, we have The Holdovers,
I didn't see that one though.
which I did not watch as well.
I missed that one.
So we'll have to bring that up to Brian. I did see some good stuff on that. It's a couple movies that I didn't get to watch that got good reviews. Holdovers was one of them. So I'll try to put it in my schedule at some point. But yeah, The Holdovers. Okay.
Alrighty.
Number 9 for you, Julian.
Number 9 for me is Blue Beetle.
Okay. And anything in particular, Blue Beetle, you like?
I liked it because it was, even though it was a hero movie, it was straightforward, and I liked the guy that was playing him. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was fun. It wasn't my favorite movie. No. This one I was bouncing back and forth with, but I was like, let me just pick this one. I liked it. I liked the story, what it was representing. I liked it because it was a very diverse cast. I liked that it had some pretty good action scenes in it. I liked that hopefully they can invest in this character more, and it should have been a good template for how they're going to launch this DC. Was it the new DCU film universe going forward? And overall, I had fun with it. So
Okay.
that's it.
All right. My number 9. They clone Tyrone. They done clone Tyrone. Also a Netflix movie. Yeah, Netflix, right? Yeah. Also a Netflix movie.
It was good.
Really good. Better than I expected for Netflix. Decent cast. Jamie Foxx, Jonathan Boyega. I don't want to miss the woman Tiana Parrish, who was later in the Marvels movies, in the Marvels sequel.
Who did not make my list.
Good movie though. Really enjoyed it. Funny, good action, good plot,
It was straightforward. Had a social
message. Yep. So, can't complain. All right, let's bring it on down. We got number 8 for Brian. Let's see where we go. Oh, Brian might have gave me an extra one. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, Brian gave us 11. We're going to have to give him grace with that. The next one, Brian's list, Saw X.
Now, I watched that with him.
Uh-huh.
I will say this. I was sawed out after a while. But this one was a little bit differently when you watched it. It brought a whole new origin to the John Kramer character. Honestly, this should have been possibly the third movie. If we were really doing it, if they was doing it now, this could have been like the third movie, or it could have been like between 3 and 4, because it was like a quasi origin story. It was bringing it back to him.
Okay.
And the movie was focusing on him, not every other person that he did wrong. He was in the movie a lot more than what I was expecting to. It showed him go from like
That's the main character
Yeah.
from the first one.
But they had him playing. He was more like the protagonist in this, which was kind of like a unique thing. I don't want to give away the story or anything, but
Right.
the way how they was presenting him, it was like he was the protagonist. Then it slowly shifted. It started showing who he really was and everything. But it was an interesting movie, though, man.
Okay.
I definitely peep it out there. And yes, there's some gore in it. So
I don't watch that shit. I ain't watched none of the Saws in my life. Good.
Me either.
I'm good.
All right. What is your number 8, good sir?
my number 8 is Dumb Money.
Dumb Money, the story of GameStop. Anything in particular?
I liked it because the whole story of the meme stock. I was just kind of like interested in it, and just basically seeing how these guys just pretty much played the system and
Yeah.
won.
And something that we lived through real time and got to witness.
Yeah, through
So-
the pandemic.
Pretty funny that they came out with a movie so quick about it.
It's funny. It's good. I mean, the acting in it was really good, man. For
Yeah.
surprisingly of a joke. I mean, even though it was like it was meant to be a joke, and it ended up turning serious because it got antitrust laws and all that other stuff involved in it and everything.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it was pretty good, man. I'd say watch it if you liked that Facebook movie. What is it?
Social Network.
Social Network.
I did.
It's something like that. So
That's a good
I would definitely peep it out. Man.
Okay. My number 8, Mission Impossible. Dead Reckoning.
Oh, wow. That was good.
I enjoyed it a lot better than I thought it was. Oh, a lot better than I thought I would enjoy a Mission Impossible movie. I thought I got burnt out about them, and I kind of forgot the storylines and stuff that was happening. But this movie kind of made it. You don't have to worry about it, and I enjoyed the action. And yeah, I wasn't burnt out over I don't know what number. Is this like 5th,
Yeah.
6th?
And that's a weird franchise that over time, those got better.
Yeah.
First two, I was like, And it's weird because the first movie came out, I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, it's definitely been
No, I don't lie.
A minute.
I think I was just graduating, just leaving middle school when it started.
Go here, this nigga think Jules like 60 years old and shit.
No, damn it. Look, I'm good looking for my age. Man. Look, I can just do this. I'm still sexy, damn it. You know, damn near fossil right now. But, but
That's almost been 30 years.
yeah.
yeah.
It was 96, right?
Yeah, it was that one, and then the other one came out. I can't remember the year, but I know it was like 2000 or 99, I think. But as they went along, it got better. I think it really picked up with Fallout, though. The one with Cavill was in it and everything. That's my favorite one that happened, but it was good.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Where are you at, Corey, with your top? What number you start at?
I made 10 that I looked at, yeah.
You got a list of 10?
Yeah, but it ain't no order. I just wrote 10 down that I know I watched.
Okay. But do you have a top 5 at least?
The favorite that I liked?
Yeah. I don't want you to tell them, but I just want you to. Do you have a top 5?
Yeah.
Do you have a top 6? Do you have a 6 after that 5?
No.
I just be, nah.
Nah. All right. So I'm gonna save Jason and Corey till we get to our top 5. Do your second tier list. Don't do your top 5. Do what the other 5 are on your list. If you particularly care for them or not, you could tell us then. But then when we get to our top 5s, that's when I'll get into you guys' top 5s as well. So,
Or my bottom 5.
huh?
If you coming from 10.
I'm not going to do our 5 until we get to your list.
I mean, yeah.
Yep. So we are at what, number 7 now?
Yeah.
So let's see.
Brian had for 7.
What Brian got for 7. Next up, he also has
Yeah,
Mission
Mission
Impossible. So we can get his thoughts on that later. But yeah, same thing. I'm assuming, definitely a better movie than what I expected going in. So,
All right.
Your number 7, sir.
My number 7 I had was Extraction 2.
Okay, good movie. Good movie. Oh, you know what? I missed it
Like I
on my
said,
list.
man, I was over here fighting over this this list when we started talking about it, but it was a perfect action film. Outside of another one that's going to make my list, but we'll discuss that in a minute. But I thought Chris Hemsworth was a badass in it. I thought the action sequences was top notch for a Netflix film. It looked like they put some serious thought and some time into these fights and everything. So looking forward to the third one supposedly, but that's it.
Okay. Good movie. I forgot to put that on my list. I'll add it later on when I talk about some honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm.
My number 7, ladies and gentlemen, Iron Claw.
That's a good
Story of
Von
the Von Erichs. This is the first time we got to see, I would say, what am I thinking? Zac Efron. And to me, I don't watch a lot of Zac Efron. The Zac Efron movies I've seen
He
have
crushed
been
that part.
comedy. So I don't want to say he hasn't done a serious movie. So I want to take that line back.
Ted Bundy movie.
He did?
Yeah,
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch. He was Ted Bundy?
Yeah.
I didn't
It was good?
see it, but I heard
Okay.
he was good
You
in
ain't
it.
see
though.
it. Now, this is my chance to talk. Trey, you ain't see it. That's a good movie.
I'm allowed to miss one or two, damn it.
It's a good movie. Nah,
But
I
he
heard
played
about it, though.
He played it perfectly.
Okay.
He started to transform into like a little.
Yeah.
little
I'm starting to like him.
That was his first, I think, serious movie.
he's starting to be a
Okay.
chameleon now, though, man. I'm like, all right.
This is the first time we've seen him at least with the new jaw. Is that safe to say? And that shouldn't be funny because apparently that jaw surgery helped save his life. He needed that to whatever was going on with that initial injury was life threatening. So
Oh wow. But he was good. I won't be surprised he get an Oscar nod out of this. I mean,
I can see him getting-
should.
I can see a couple of them actually getting
Dad, really, man.
getting some type of award for
Gotta play the father.
their roles.
Fits.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, my number 7, Iron Claw. What do we got for number 6 from Brian? Good sir.
Okay, let's see. You got Thanksgiving. Another movie that
Horror
I've seen.
movie.
Yeah.
Comedy or is it straight horror?
It was a black comedy horror. It's an Eli Roth movie, so you couldn't really. I'm trying to find the right word to say with it. It had some funny parts to it, but it was an old school horror film, which kind of is crazy because I've never seen a horror film that was based off of on Thanksgiving. Everything has always been like Halloween or like Christmas time. So.
Isn't it made off of something?
Right.
Isn't it a
So
book or something?
there was a
Grindhouse trailer.
Grindhouse trailer in the Grindhouse movie back whenever that came out. And in between the two movies of Grindhouse, they had trailers that
It was a fake trailer.
they were fake, but they were trying to mimic a real movie theater experience. So they made these fake trailers for
But what ended up happening?
the viewers.
But what ended up happening? The fake trailers, people was like, "Well, they could really do something with it." I think personally, this came too late. But what ended up happening? I think when they did the Machete Grindhouse trailer,
That's what I was about to say. It was Machete.
that overtook everybody's
Damn.
attention. Oh wow!
Oh, that catch was great.
Dying.
Oh, we got the football game on too. But when they did that Grindhouse trailer, when the Machete one came out, that one was the one everybody left the theater talking about. So they put all the attention towards that, and then the Thanksgiving got kind of like left to the side, and then years later they decided to reboot it. I think it came out too late, but it was still it made money. I mean, it was a good horror film. I don't know how they're going to continue this franchise off, but it was some breadcrumbs in there on where they can go with it though. So
No, I ain't gonna see it.
And sorry, that was his 6, I said?
yeah,
Okay.
I saw horror people talking about, ooh, some of these kills were gruesome.
it was one that I will say that it was it was a funny kill, but it was a crazy one. It was involving. I just say it was a circular saw.
Yeah, I'm cool.
It basically did one of my numbers when you trip.
Wow.
Just imagine the circular saw.
Last circular saw scene I saw was in Watchmen. I'm cool.
So you're number 6, good sir.
My number 6, it was going to be Mission Impossible, but since we already kind of talked that out, I'm going to throw in my honorable mention that I had in its place. Transformers.
But you like Mission Impossible.
I like 6, but since we already been talking
Okay,
about
that's fine. I still want you
I'm
to give
just
you
gonna
because
interswap.
what I'll do is before we get to our finals, I will save a segment for honorable mentions.
Well, damn, Transformers didn't even make your top.
So Mission Impossible is really your number 6.
Mission Impossible is really my number
Okay,
6.
and we could talk about Transformers a little bit.
But since we kind of like talking,
Yeah, I got
I'm just going to swap that out. That's the only one I think I'll swap.
So what do you want on the list when it's all said and done? It's number
I have my 5, and I'm standing on it.
no. What do you want as number 6?
I will take Transformers.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because I'm going to talk about Transformers too.
Okay. So I'm taking Mission Impossible off
Okay.
your list. So.
We can do that.
All right.
I liked it.
Okay.
I really, really, really liked it. I liked the fact that it felt like a Brooklyn movie from the score of the movie, how they did it. It actually had a better human story than what I was expecting. And I obviously the robots got it in, but it was pretty good overall, man. I had fun with it. Even the little supposedly post-credit scene was like something that caught me off guard though, but we'll see where it goes from there.
Okay. My number 6, Talk to Me. Horror movie. I believe it's Australian. But I think it's the best horror movie of the year. And
I'm
I'ma
mad
put
I
it
missed that.
in the list of Halloween movies that I will watch going forward, or just a horror movie to watch, it's up there. I'm not putting it in the tiers of the first Conjuring, things like that, but the next tier for me is definitely Talk to Me. It's a great movie for the budget that they had and how well executed it was. You'll get some jump scares.
Oh, word.
Yeah, good concept. It was good. It was
I
good.
fucking hate jump.
And Brian was telling me to go see it.
He
and
saw it?
Yeah, he saw it.
It's
He
good.
said it was really good.
Yeah, it's good.
I think it's on his list.
I didn't see it on his list. I think he might have forgot about
He
it.
might have. Yeah, he
But
was one telling me it was good. Though.
The best horror movie of the year to me.
Yeah, it was, I fucked that one big time though.
All right.
Well, I want to see it rather though.
So we have our top 6, and that's just between myself, Julian, and Brian. I'll display that for everybody to see real quick. But before we get into our top 5s, I want to give you two guys a chance to because it was harder for you two to rank certain movies. So Jason, I know you have a 2-tier system. You have your lower liked tier and your upper liked tier. So if you can give us your lower liked tier, I'm gonna just put it
you
in.
Probably jump the cap first. Cause I'm gonna have to explain some of the stuff at the bottom of my. If
Okay.
you don't mind going, or you want me to go?
You go.
Do it. All right. Captain, I got the fucking movies over here.
I ain't going to explain nothing.
So my bottom. Well, let me start with my honorable mentions then. If I'm going from bottom to top,
Is this more than 10?
I have 12. I have 12 names. I have 12 movies written down right here.
All right.
My upper echelon consists of 7 movies.
Okay.
They're all. I told y'all don't make me try to rank shit, man.
All right.
So
I'm gonna go as what
all right,
how
all
you
right.
say it.
Movies, and mind you, all these movies I have on my list, I absolutely either loved it or liked it a lot. Like everything I have on my list, there's nothing that was kind of like, oh, that was okay. All these are what I thought were really good movies and entertaining movies last year. But honorable mention, thought Five Nights at Freddy's was pretty entertaining.
Okay.
Wasn't exactly scary, but it was entertaining for what it was. I saw that on Halloween. And then my other movie, probably Shazam 2, honorable mention. Better than the first one, which I like the first one. But Shazam 2, which I was not excited to see at all, and was not looking forward to at all, but I watched it just because, and end up pleasantly surprised. It was really good
Okay.
to me. So now, my bottom rung will be Champions. That was the movie with
Woody Harrelson, right?
yeah, Woody Harrelson. He was a semi-pro basketball
Bowler?
coach.
Oh, okay.
Basketball coach who got into some legal situations and was given pretty much, you know, that old story, given the community service, and then you meet some people through community service. Well, his community service was to teach a basketball team full of special needs children.
Okay.
And it was very entertaining. I like the fact that they used actual special needs. Well, they weren't even children, though. These guys were like
Adults.
young. Yeah, they're actually adults, not children, adults.
Gotcha.
And they used, you know, authentic people for the roles, and they're really good. I think it's funny. It's a funny movie. It's got the little heartwarming parts. It's got the comedy. It's got the crassness that you wouldn't expect from the demographic in the movie, and it was a good time. I liked it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Also in the second tier, I have Megan.
Horror movie.
That's what I had in my honorable mention.
I was not expecting much from that movie. I was just going to see it just because. I was like, doll movie comes to life. We've seen it. Ha, ha, ha. Let's see how corny this is. I think halfway through the movie, I'm sitting there like, I think I really like this movie. Like, you know, and then they'll start off good sometimes, and you're like, oh, it's got a good start. You know, it's all right. It's all right. And then, like, halfway through the movie, it's usually when you figure out, like,
I would say it's a lighthearted horror movie.
Yeah,
They knew
They
the
were
concept, you know.
they didn't take it serious.
Right. But we're gonna have fun with it, but it's still a horror movie, but we're gonna have
they
fun.
didn't try to overgore
was-
you. It had some funny parts. It just...
They
No,
actually
it was
put out a uncut version on
there's a
Peacock. I didn't see it yet though.
There's an unrated version. I still got to watch that, but it was pretty good. It was
I
pretty
liked
good.
it. I really
Definitely.
liked it. It was in my honorable mentions too.
Okay.
Definitely has some parts that were just as a movie, very entertained by it. And the last movie in my second tier is Gran Turismo.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
You forgot we
I forgot about that.
Cap forgot we seen that. Could be me and Cap seen that.
That was
I
that
knew you
was
was gonna
good
forget
too.
that one.
And so I did not get to see it. I think it's streaming something weird.
It
now.
was.
It might be on
It's
Netflix.
on Netflix
But
now.
I'm gonna check it out. I did not get to see it.
It was,
was-
for a video game. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I like the fact that it was based on a true story. Based on a true story. You got a diverse cast. You had good actors in it. I never know my man's name, but Papa Midnight from Constantine. What's my man's name?
Yeah.
Used to be married to what's her face?
John Hansu.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able
I
to
call him
pronounce that
Digimon. But yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Diamond. That's all you gotta say, man.
Yeah.
He was
Blood
good.
Diamond.
I liked him as the father. He was really good. Like it has some really good parts, and it was I feel like it was a relatable movie. Like just relating to you growing up, going from teenager into your adult life, and you may have ideas of what you want to do with your life and what you want to be versus your parents have ideas of what they think you should do or be. And of course, they're usually more sensible, but that doesn't mean that they're right. So it was like a whole family dynamic of him struggling with his father who's wanting him to go one way, and then he's just got these dreams and aspirations and things that he wants to do in his life. It was a really good movie, though. It was really, really good. I expected it to be good, but it was really good. And the cinematography was great. Like the racing scenes and all that, top notch. And I love cars.
Yeah, and the guy that was actually the based off of was the one that was the stunt driver, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that was really cool.
And the dude that actually, this was his story, was the actual driver in the movie. And it's just crazy to think about, hey, I'm playing a racing simulation game and I become an actual legit race car driver.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So that was 3 out of 10.
yeah, my second tier.
So okay, so the top 7 are first tier. So I'll save that until we get to our 5.
Yeah, there's an elite level and then there's a great, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Corey, sir, are you good to go
What?
with anything
Y'all
on your
kill me
list?
with this tier.
Is it? Do you want to just give your top 5, or you just want to?
Because Jason just reminded me of a couple movies that I watched.
Okay.
So like, well, I only got one honorable mention. It'd be White Man Can't Jump too. I
Okay.
actually liked it. Like I don't
catch it.
like.
How was it?
It was good. I wasn't this. See, when they make sequels, sometimes I don't try to look for the old stuff. It's something new, so it's gonna be a different like little avenue. And I mean, Jack Harlow was like the perfect person to play. But it wasn't like I don't even remember if they called him Sidney Dean or whatever.
No, I think they had different
They
names.
had different names.
Yeah.
There was a different aspect to it.
Okay.
Yeah. What I had for 10, I like biopics and like action movies. I had Big George at number 10. I watched it. I liked
Oh, I
it.
didn't see that.
Okay.
It was
That
dope.
was okay.
It explained like he was on top, then he went to the bottom. He was preaching, and then like I liked the movie.
He basically fought Michael Moore just to
save that
save
building.
save the church from going under. End up knocking the man out.
Knocking him out. Then he went in there. Like you basically say it's like even though he got like over 300 and something pounds.
Mm.
So then probably The Mother. That was a Netflix movie
Okay.
with
Yeah.
J Lo. That reminded
J-Lo.
me like of Enough too. I liked it.
Yeah, it did feel
Yeah.
like that. It did feel
It
like
was
that.
dope.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
that was one I missed too. Man.
Yeah,
It's
good
on
movie.
there. It's a good movie.
Yep.
And then you can say I guess Blue Beetle.
All right.
Blue Beetle.
So that puts you. That's your. What I say? 10, 9, 8. So number 7.
I think that is 7.
And then Fast Sex would be 6 for me.
No.
I love cars, man.
No.
I love cars.
I-
Nah, Fast Sex should be 7. Because I said not Grand.
So
Turismo.
is white man?
That's an honorable mention for me.
So okay. So I got Big George.
So you can put Big George 10.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Then I got Mother.
yeah, Mother 9.
I got Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle 7.
No, 8.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put Fast X at
Fast
7.
7? Okay.
Yeah. And I guess 6 would be Gran Turismo for me.
Okay. 6, Gran Turismo.
Cool.
All right.
So are we on top 5 now?
So we are getting to our top 5s. It's going to be tricky because I wanted to do some honorable mentions before we did number 1, but Jason is throwing us off with this tier stuff.
Yup.
So
You told me come from the bottom.
So this is what we'll do. We'll get honorable mentions out the way right now.
All right.
Brian's honorable mention,
Yeah, he had put
but not he has honorable mentions: Barbie, Oppenheimer, Creed 3. Did Creed 3 come out?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Dumb Money and Evil Dead Rises.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he's got some of the ones that I actually have as my honorable mentions. Oppenheimer, I liked it, but it's not something that I'm going to watch over and over and over again. I got one good watching out of it, so, and it's not a bad movie, folks. I actually liked it, but it's just something that I wouldn't watch.
I'm just used to
Over.
Christopher Nolan's movies. So
Yeah.
that's the top 5 for me.
Yeah, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's a real good movie. It's just something that I wouldn't watch over and over and over again. All
I
right.
got 3 hours to kill.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer.
I think I'm gonna check it out. It's re-released.
No, it's good. It's actually coming on the Peacock Network on February 16th.
They re-releasing in theaters, so I need to watch that.
Oh, yeah.
First, so yeah, it's re-released because you know once they throw the Golden Globes and all that shit out.
I mean, it was a really good
Dropping
movie,
again.
though. I mean, but it just wasn't. It's not something
He
that I
won
was.
like 6 awards at Golden Globe.
All right. Well,
So, sorry, what was yours?
I'm sorry. Well, my honorable mentions. It was Redfield.
Renfield?
Redfield was good.
I missed that.
I thought that was good. Evil Dead Rises was mine. Megan was mine, and Dungeons and Dragons was.
Missed that too.
That was really, really, really entertaining, which was something that I was not expecting because I went into the notion watching that was like, this is not going to be good, but it had some really, really good stuff in it though, man. I really wish it would have got a little stronger following behind it, but
It wasn't in theaters long.
I didn't stay long, which sucked. But I mean, it was really good though, man. I mean,
So, sorry, one more time. I got Renfield, Megan, Evil Dead Rises. Was there another one?
it was Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, yep.
Those are my honorable mentions. So
Okay. Honorable mentions for me. It's going to be Barbie, TMNT, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Equalizer 3,
Mutant Mayhem.
and I want to give 2 movies I did not get to see that I'm going to try to see. They're getting good reviews, so I don't want to say like they're not good movies until I got to see them. But Killers of the Flower Moon and Past Lives both got good reviews, and they're on my list to watch. It's just I haven't got a chance to watch
I
them
think
yet.
Brian saw one of them.
I think he saw Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, I think he saw that one. He said it was okay too.
Yeah, I think that's one. So, but the 3 that I saw, Barbie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Equalizer 3 are my honorable mentions.
I think he said. I think he didn't like it. I don't think he liked Killers.
He said something.
Flower
I
Moon.
think he said it was okay. I have to ask him again though.
That shit long.
Hold on.
I would say that the Mutant Mayhem was really good though.
Oh no, it's not on his list. I thought it was. Okay.
Yeah, Turtles joint. Like I was saying, man, that was a really good one though.
Yeah.
Different concept to it. Yeah.
Honorable mentions for you, Jason.
Shazam 2. Five Nights. at
Oh,
Freddy's,
sorry,
I'd say
you
that,
did give us Five Nights at Freddy's and Shazam too. So, any honorable mentions additional for you, Corey? You said White Man Can't Jump. Anything else before?
Flash. No, I'm playing that.
He didn't even crack my top 50. That thing's like number 100 on a list on the.
I might just start writing down. I'm not gonna remember this shit all the time.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and transition to our top 5 movies. Are you looking at the list, Julia?
Yeah, I got mine.
Can you tell me what's next on Brian's? It will be after Thanksgiving.
Thanks. He had, let's see, he had Super Mario Brothers, if I'm not mistaken.
Super Mario Brothers. Okay.
It's number 5. If I'm reading it right.
So
I ain't got my glasses
three,
on, so
four,
bear with me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, yep.
Yeah, that's Mario Brothers.
Yep. He got Super Mario.
Yeah. So that's him. My number 5 was Barbie.
Okay. Anything in particular you liked about it?
I loved it. It was one of the movies where I was going into it. I said, I'm going to just have an open mind about it. But the trailer of the movie, low key, I was like, I want to see this, but wasn't going to tell anybody. I was just going to go on my own. Then Jason kind of was like, yo, I want to see this too. So
Start off as a joke.
So I was like, all right, we'll go.
I think everybody saw the movie with Jason at least once.
I think Jason took the entire state of Delaware to see Barbie. I've seen it through. I think I went one time with you.
Hold on, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, I went one with you. No, but we went 3 times, right?
I don't remember.
No, I think we went 3 times, and I went
You went with me.
with you.
You went with Brian.
Yeah.
And I felt like we saw it one.
We saw it one
might have
more
peeped it
time.
One more time.
And then
Yeah.
I saw it 2 more times.
Omaha's.
Huh?
Ain't no Omaha's on me.
No, ain't no mom with me.
Just messing.
Yeah, he.
I went with 2
I
others.
think we went at least 3 times. I know I seen it with K-Long.
Triple D.
I seen it with.
Yeah, I loved it. It was entertaining. I liked everything about it. I mean, it was a story. It was. Everybody thinks it's not a kid movie. I mean, that was clearly not a kid movie. I mean, it had some funny parts in it. Will Ferrell had me laughing from the scenes he was in it. And overall, I just thought in a bizarre way, it was a really solid story behind it. So hats off to him. I don't know if they was to do a sequel. I don't know.
Yeah, let that thing.
I don't know how they would.
Yeah, but the money.
But the money's coming in,
Yeah.
so you know
The
that's
money
going
gonna
to
say,
they ain't going
do
to say
another
no.
one.
It ain't show business; it's show money. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did do another one.
I mean,
but-
it is show business. So.
yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised in the next 2 or 3 years you'll hear an announcement about a Barbie sequel getting made.
Yeah.
But
All right. My number 5, Oppenheimer. Yeah. I originally had it number 4, but some internal thoughts about rewatchability. It's a really good movie.
yeah,
You can arguably have it in your top 3, top 2. It could be your top movie of the year, and I wouldn't argue it. It's a good movie.
yeah, but it's just something that I wouldn't sit down and rewatch over.
I might. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might, and I might. I didn't get to see it in theaters. I streamed it, but I can see where watching this in theaters does enhance the thought of this movie.
It was the whole movie. It was a lot of tension in it, though. And I mean, I think that's what made me. I was into it. Though.
For a movie that's a biography, particularly, how much can you tell about this guy, right, and make it entertaining and more than like an hour?
It was entertaining.
Right? For the movie to be 3 hours long, it's like, oh damn, that's a lot. But at the end of it, I was like, it didn't feel like 3 hours to me.
You got into it. I mean,
Yeah.
the story. I mean,
Cast, I think, may be the best cast of any movie this year.
yeah. I mean,
To me, it'd be hard to find a better casted movie.
Robert Downey was
than
really good.
But they had Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., they had Cillian Murphy, they had
Florence Pugh.
It's one cast better than that last year. Go ahead. We'll get to the cast that I think is better than that one.
I didn't even do half of the cast yet.
I got a cast for you though. Go ahead.
Okay, I'd like to hear what that is. But yeah, Oppenheimer, I'm gonna go with number 5 for me.
All right.
Jason. So what? How do you want to do this?
I'll go once y'all done.
I'm
with
gonna get to our. I'm gonna stop at number one. I'm gonna get to our twos, and then you gonna give us all your tops, and then we'll give our ones. Or do you want to shoot all yours last?
Just shoot it last because I like things.
All right. Okay. Corey. Number 5, sir. After Gran Turismo or before Gran Turismo?
It was Creed 3.
Creed 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything in particular? Just like the movie.
I like the movie, and then plus I like the Major's role as being the villain, the hater.
Yeah, he did a good job.
He did a very good job,
Did a good job.
especially when he was laying on his Maybach.
For sure.
Could have been a little longer, but
Yeah.
it was dope.
Yeah.
The fighting scene, like the final fight, I liked it.
Okay. What we got for number 4 for Brian? John Wick 4.
This one.
Okay.
He's got the same movie I got for number 4.
And my number 4 will also be John Wick.
That's mine. That was mine too.
So John Wick across the board for us 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Give that a round of applause though, man.
Anything? Anything?
Higher for me, but
Huh?
it's a little higher for me. But
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
I had to wrestle with this one, man, but
Anything in particular, sir?
I loved every bit of that damn movie, man. Keanu Reeves was like the coolest hitman I've seen since O.J. Simpson. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I don't. It's hard to find a better complete action movie in my history of action movies than John Wick 4.
This was
They're
action overload.
great action movies in terms of explosions. You either get an explosion movie, you either get a fighting movie, you'll get a gun fu movie, you'll get a samurai. I think we got a little bit
Of every damn thing.
every category in this movie.
They had bow and arrows, samurai swords.
And to make it still,
Entertaining.
yes, not what's the source? No, not Schwarzenegger. What's the Stallone series?
Rambo.
No,
Expendables.
Expendables,
Oh.
and not turn it into Expendables after the third movie. It is a testament to
We after the second movie.
yeah.
After 2, that was it. So that's a whole other argument. But
Not turn it into Expendables and still make a compelling story about a fourth one. And honestly, you can spin it off into multiple avenues, but to make good characters introduced in this movie, to have good characters depart in this movie or whatever the case may be, I think just a culmination of the John Wick series, if this is the last one,
they went out with a bang.
it went out with a bang for sure.
Yep.
So
Ain't the last one.
we'll see. We'll see.
Who
Nothing's
knows?
official
They
yet,
haven't,
so
they haven't said anything yet. But
we'll see.
that Dragon Breath sequence.
Yeah, one of the
that
best.
was
One of the best
scenes
sequences
I've ever
Yeah.
seen with a.
Yeah, one of the best sequences
Oh,
I've seen.
then him trying to get up the steps.
Corey, sir, your next movie on your list after Creed 3.
Iron Claw.
Iron Claw, the story of the Von Erichs. Anything in particular about the movie?
It's a biopic, so. And then I always was intrigued by like what happened with that family, and I actually got to. I mean, I read more into it. But they couldn't really tell the one part because it was too tragic. They were saying
It was a
for them to
trigger.
put in there in the movie.
Yeah, the whole. If you really
You watch the Dark
know
Side
the
joint.
story of the
Yeah.
Bon Erics, it's a messed up one though. Man.
Yeah.
But
And then I always keep forgetting about Carrie with his foot cocked to the side. That's why he wore those tassels and shit.
Texas tornado.
Really well acted, I thought. Really well acted.
I was scared at first when you talk about making that movie though. The wrestling movies normally don't.
garner interest.
Yeah.
This
But from people like us who watch wrestling, though we'll watch it. But like regular people, nah.
It was a good
good.
sell though, man.
Yeah. Okay. Number 3 for Brian.
He had Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Across the Spider-Verse.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's a good choice. It's a good choice. I can't knock it.
that was one of the best animated things that I've ever seen.
Yeah, I can't.
Outside of Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, that was one of the best animated movies I've seen in a comic tier film.
Yeah,
Had everything.
I can't knock it at all. Julian, good sir.
What's up?
You're number 3.
My number 3 is Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Okay,
I wrestled with that one in my number 1,
but that's your number 3.
that's my number 3. 2 was Spider-Verse.
Okay.
But I was
So
wrestling
between
with
all 3 of them,
Yeah, I
okay.
was wrestling with it.
I thought you were skipping. Okay. Anything in particular, Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
I thought it was probably one of the most executed comic book films I've seen. It didn't have to rely on everything from all the other films. It was its own story. It had a beginning, middle, and an end. That's what I liked about it. And the story was a minor origin story, but it told a hell of a lot with one character. I mean, Rocket. And that was the one tale that I was really, really, really intrigued by. I mean, it had everything. It had heart. It had some parts that made you sniffle. And it had some empathy for some of these characters and everything. I mean, it was. If you watch it again, you can't help it, but your heart gets into it, man, with certain things, though, man.
Yeah,
That was, it was a damn good movie, though, man.
for sure. My number 3, Godzilla -1.
Get that around the ball, damn it. Because
So it was between that John Wick. I didn't know it was going to be 3 or 4, but I'm not a Godzilla fan like you guys are. So my thought process going in was going to be like, oh, this is going to be some cheesy 70s, 60s movie, you know.
and you know what, and that's what a lot of people thought.
But really good story. It was a really good story. It had me into it, and so for that, I'm giving it number 3. It was a toss up. I could 3 to 5 between Godzilla, Oppenheimer, and John Wick, and those were the toughest part of my decision making right there. I couldn't put who in what order. Like I could put Oppenheimer at number 3 and put Godzilla at number 5. It was hard for me to make that order, but I think my expectations were exceeded by Godzilla. That's why I gave it number 3. Whereas Oppenheimer, I thought it was going to be a good movie going in because it got all the praise and everything, and so it didn't really blow me out the water like Godzilla did. But all 3 are great movies.
As you speak of it.
Yeah, all 3 were great movies. So it's just a matter of trying to rank them towards my preference. Yeah. Okay, Corey, good sir. You're number 3.
Extraction 2.
And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I forgot Extraction came out this year.
Yeah. Normally sequels don't be as good as the first one. I think the second one was better than the first one to me.
It very well. You can make that argument. You can very well make that argument. Yeah.
That prison fight. Man. Ooh,
Yeah.
they
Like
got
like the first 20
busy.
minutes, I was
Yeah.
I mean, and the way how they shot it, it didn't stop. It just kept going.
going.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Really good movie.
But now I'm like intrigued because now they got Idris Elba in there.
Yeah,
He's
yep.
supposed to
Yep.
basically let you know it's part 3 coming.
Well, it clearly stated that it's
Oh, yeah.
part 3 because how
She had called him and was like, he said, call your boy.
But I'm interested in that as well.
All right. What do we have for number 2 for Brian? Go, sir.
All right, Brian, for number 2, he has Guardians 3.
Okay.
That's his number 2.
Okay. Good choice. Good choice. Guardians of the Galaxy number 3 for number 2 for Brian. And your number 2, good sir.
Mine was, like I said, I was wrestling with him. It was Spider-Verse. 1 and 2 were the ones I really was fighting over. But Spider-Verse was, and like I said again previously, this was probably one of my favorite animated all films.
Okay.
And it's the fact that we gotta wait so long for this cliffhanger, man.
Yeah.
It's killing me now.
Yeah.
I mean, Miles, it told a really good story, and I think we said something about this earlier when we was doing this, like how Miles was so relatable to us just because of his background and his origin and everything that he's got going on, and
Right.
and the fact that he's trying to balance everything out in his life, plus hold a silent vow to his idol that he wanted to continue the Spider Mantle and everything. So it had a lot going on in it, but it didn't seem like the story was all over the place.
Gotcha.
It was centered. It was lighthearted, and then it got really serious
Yeah.
with everything. So
Okay.
we'll see how this goes. I am salivating for this sequel.
Gotcha. Sorry to cut the topic real quick. The Rams don't have no more timeout. I can't
No,
say
they
that.
Nope, it's
So
over.
this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Good
Golf
luck.
got his revenge, man.
Good luck, Eagles. All right. My number 2,
First one in 33 years.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Mm.
Could arguably be my number 1. The gambit of emotions in that movie. The acting, the villain was great, even though he wasn't an Avenger level threat villain.
I think
But he may be
I think he was Marvel's best villain.
You can argue that he is,
Outside of Thanos in their movie. I am not arguing him.
as far as compelling, I find it hard to find somebody better.
No. He was straight what he was, man.
Yeah, and convincing and annoying, and it's that feeling, right, where you're like, damn it, like, oh, and you're watching it, and you know it's going to get worse before it get better, but he was that villain. So in opposite, watching the Marvels, I don't know if you watched it or not. The villain in the Marvels, I can't even tell you her name. That's how lackluster or compelling of a bit, like the motive, everything. And don't do this. I'm literally trying to talk about the character, and so you don't get that in a lot. Even to the extent Kang in Ant-Man was not compelling as
High Evolutionary.
High Evolutionary was.
I've never watched. So it's some movie villains you watch. You're like, it's some cool parts. I've never hated I shouldn't say the word hate, but I hated. Well, I'm just saying.
He
was one of them.
He can hate him.
I know, but I'm just saying. I just don't like saying it. But he was one of the characters. Watching the movie, that was the first time in a long time I wanted to see like the hero really get him, and then watching Rocket get at him, and then to me that still wasn't enough. Man, this was like
he made you feel as if he's a real villain, and you don't get that a lot in comic book movies. It could be a villain of the week scenario in a lot of these movies, or they don't really have a good motive. You just have like I'm just trying to get a bunch of power and blah blah blah, and I'm gonna go to this tomb. Black Adam. Black Adam villain.
he legitimately had me having like rage for this character watching this movie. Man, I was like, get him.
Yeah, I think it was all around a great movie. I can't really pick anything bad about it. So that is my number 2. Corey, number 2, sir.
Is John Wick too? I mean, damn.
4.
I'm so.
John Wick 4, and I can't argue with you. I can't argue with you, man. I could have easily put that at number 2. I could have put it at number 1, depending on where. So, anything in particular you cared about them?
No, to me the movie just gets better and better. Like every time.
Yeah,
Like I see stuff. Like when Jason told me about it, and then I finally watched it. I was like the car scene when he hit the dude the car, he just flip it in there. He just kept that made me laugh.
they was wilding.
Yeah, and then the steps.
Yo, that
like
was
I got
crazy.
mad. He got to the
yeah.
top.
Oh,
And when the dude knocked
down.
him down, I said, "Damn!"
Everybody in the theater was like, "Damn!"
I ain't gonna hold you. I thought he was done. I was like, "Oh, he ain't gonna make it to the top." And then the best part to me was when he at the end. Remember when they was doing the final
The
thing and he
standoff?
shot.
Yeah,
So he let old dude shoot him.
yeah,
So then the dude got cocky and I was like, "Oh, let me shoot him." So then he loaded it up, and then when the dude was like,
Yep,
"You
yep.
arrogant prick," he never shot. And then he turned and looked, and he was like, "Bah."
Damn, got him.
I liked it that part.
yeah.
I mean, that motherfucker dude, I hated. I normally like the heels people. He was getting on my damn nerves.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Joe Burrow's acting premiere.
That was Joe
That
Burrow.
was great. That was great. Joe killed it on his first outing. I was like, yo.
I don't say that because I'm gonna not start laughing.
Because I'm watching, I was like, yo, why my man look just like Joe?
I seen him somewhere else in movies.
He was it and Pennywise.
Yeah, he
He's
was
a
Pennywise in the new
Yeah, he's a
It
clown.
And he's getting ready to be Eric Draven in the new Crow.
and the No Crow movies.
Oh no!
And he's going to play Joe Burrow in the autobiographical
Don't
film.
do that.
Yeah, Bill Skarsgård.
Skarsgård.
Yep.
Skarsgård.
Yep.
Skarsgård. Skarsgård.
Yeah,
Yogurt.
it's the same shit.
All right. So let's get down to it. Number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1, Brian has Godzilla -1. I can't argue it. I can see why he put it at number 1. Yeah.
Actually, my number 1 as well.
Okay. Anything in particular about it?
Like I said, if you take the monster element out of the movie, and it could have just been the war film with the guy suffering from the PTSD, it still would have been a really good movie. It just happens to be the his trigger mechanism was Godzilla. And I really thought how they used Godzilla was very, 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 I'm trying to find the right word to say. They used him the right way for the screen time that he was in it. And I also like the fact that they used his the metaphor of the atomic bomb was used, and the way how they did it with his atomic breath scene was probably the thing that really blew my mind watching that though.
Shoot, it's not even really a metaphor. That's how it was
Well,
made.
that's how it was made,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's just the metaphor of the origin of it.
just the repercussions of
Yeah.
him using the atomic bomb.
And the fact, the part that had me is when he threw it, and then once the dust cleared, and then he was just looking at the mushroom cloud, and he just started roaring in the air. I was just like, damn. Damn. But, I mean, and then I would say it was a solid ass story, though, man. And I'm a big Godzilla fan. And I know for a fact that 9 out of 10, when I watch a Godzilla movie, I'll watch it one time. And then any other time, I'll just get to the parts where he's in it, and I'll watch that and just go forward. This one, I can put this, it could be on right now, and I will just watch it straight through again and again.
Okay.
The subtitles didn't even throw me off on it or anything. I'm glad that they kept it in it so you could actually hear these people talking, and you can really catch the emotion of their acting in it. It didn't take away from it. I got into it. It was a damn good movie, man. So I highly recommend people see it, man. Don't look at it as just a Godzilla movie. It's a good ass film. So.
Yeah. Okay. My number 1, Across the Spider-Verse. And it took me going back and forth. Is it Guardians of the Galaxy? Is it Across the Spider-Verse? Guardians of the Galaxy, Across the Spider-Verse. While I did go through more emotions with Guardians of the Galaxy, I think the surprise of how good Across the Spider-Verse was. And again, we going off how can the second one be better than the first one, right?
Ooh,
And the first one was great to me. And so how can the second one be better?
they raised the stakes in this one.
The way I know it was good because when it ended, I was like, oh, what? I'm waiting. I'm like, nah, we got to wait now.
In the way how it ended, man.
And it made you want more. It made you say, when's the next one coming out? You went and Googled, when's the next one coming out? And then when it got delayed and everything because of the strikes, we was like, oh, damn, now we got to wait till. I'm like, you know what? Guardians of the Galaxy, great movie overall. But this damn animated movie had no right being this good.
No. And what even made it?
Damn.
Oh,
Ugly cry.
I was happy when my boys finally woke up years ago, but damn.
Hey, you got to go through it. You
My
got to
bad,
go
even-
through it in order to
I was
feel
like
it.
that when Nick Foles won it, man.
Yeah.
But even with the Spider-Verse movie, the supporting characters was even good.
And while we were talking about villains, right? Initially, what'd you think of that Spider-Man villain when that movie first started? Oh, this is gonna be stupid.
Like, he dumb. I didn't,
How
even think he
many-
was, I didn't even think he was a real villain. I thought it was just gonna be some low level villain you're dealing with at the beginning.
and
everybody
at the
gets to the
end of
real-
that movie,
And you get to the real villain, but
I'm like, oh shit.
Huh.
I'm like, oh shit.
Because now it's on.
Yeah. And so this the progression that I went through in that movie of it was a fun, lighthearted intro. Well, not really with Stacey Gwynn, but when they started doing the Miles intro, just everything about it, the stylistic direction. They didn't have the group from the first movie. They didn't have Spider Noir. They didn't have Spider Pig or whatever. And so really the bulk of this story is off of Gwen
And
and Miles, right? And just the progression of the story, the progression of the characters, the hate that he was feeling. And it's more than just him being Spider-Man. It's also that black aspect to it, the black or Latino aspect to it, where you're not supposed to be here. You're not. And part of that is like, you know,
Like I said,
you
it's a-
feel it. You feel it being a minority. And for him to, I don't want to say have that message, but for him to be told you don't belong here, you're not supposed to be this, you're not supposed to, and him prove to me when it's all said and done, years later, we're going to say Miles Morales is the best Spider-Man, in my opinion, based off video games, movies, and when he gets a live action
I ain't
and
arguing.
cartoons. I got a feeling we're going to say Miles Morales is going to be head and shoulders better than Peter Parker.
I will not argue it.
That's just my opinion. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with Across the Spider-Verse as number one.
Even Spider-Punk was like,
Great
oh,
character.
he was-
Great character.
That was the group.
I
That
was
great
like,
character.
yo, I love how they used him.
Yep.
And I
What was his name again? His real name?
I can't remember.
Hobie Brown.
Oh yeah.
Hobie Brown.
Hobie.
And I didn't know. I thought just in the movie they just made him
No,
black.
all real characters.
Just-
No, he was-
I thought but I thought he was just in the movie because I didn't read him in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fuck with Spider-Man like that till these movies. But I looked him up and I was reading. I was like, oh, he really is a brother. He got a lot of dreads to fit up under that mask.
He was good. I mean, I liked how they even
My favorite
used
character in
him.
the movie, hands down.
And I don't know a better movie that can be tailored towards any market. It could be young, old, any color. Could have watched this movie
I
and
know
still
when we
enjoyed
went
it.
to see it, it was packed. It was really packed when we went to go see it.
So that's my number one. Corey, good sir. Your number one.
Oppenheimer.
Woppenheimer, the Gucci album.
Wow.
Anything in particular you liked about it?
It's just a normal Christopher Nolan movie for me.
Christopher Nolan can't miss.
Dark type movies that he make.
Yeah,
I like those.
gritty.
Yeah,
It feels heavy. His movies feel heavy.
yeah.
And he made a biopic. You like both? Like
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan and a biopic.
Yeah,
But
I normally like all his movies.
yeah.
but to me, it seemed like this year it was like some movies that came out I had expectations for were the lowest, and then the ones that I really didn't care for were the ones that I really, really, really got invested in.
We went to Jared. The ring.
That's a weird thing because I honestly was just thinking at the beginning of the year, I thought the Flash was going to be. I mean, beside all the BS and everything,
I sat here and told you.
I'm just speaking on.
Just like last year, you thought Black Adam was going to be something.
Well, I'm only just judging just from what I'm seeing. All right, so that's all I can just say. I mean,
I got you.
On name value, you can just say that, but that was a big disappointment.
Yeah.
That was a colossal disappointment, man. For a lot of obvious reasons, but I don't really want to get into all of that tonight. But
Okay.
Was Black Adam this year?
no, that was last year.
Yeah, that was last year.
Last
Yep,
year.
yep, yep. All right. So we got our 10 out. So good sir, Jason, since yours is not really ranked, you have a 2-tier system. Can you give us your top tier movies?
And they are kind of ranked when I look at my top tier, but the bottom of my top tier, and these are all movies I thought were amazing. John Wick 4.
Okay.
So that would technically be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That would be 7.
7. 4. Oh shit! It was a little louder.
John Wick 4. I got
Yeah, John Wick 4. Like Cap said, I think that series just gets better. 2 was better than 1. 3 was better than 2. 4 is better than 3. Like I've liked them progressively more.
For some reason, I like watching number 2 a lot. I don't know why. I think it's that mirror.
2 was cool. I like
That
2.
mirror scene where they're in the Hall of Mirrors, or the museum or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like it. This one definitely.
Oh, sorry. And the damn when he kills the chick in Italy and he going through the catacombs.
Mm-hmm.
That was my shit.
Yeah,
He was
that
switching
was
off to the 3 different guns. Oh, that was my shit. But sorry, go ahead.
I watched a movie with Pink called Catacombs. Whole other story.
Yeah.
Because when it was coming out, I was just like I really like the John Wick movies. I feel like it's to me the best action movie franchise to exist.
Right.
I was just like, how do you reinvent gratuitous violence? Like, how do you after a while, it's going to be more of the same. John Wick 4 showed me, hey, we got a few more tricks up our sleeves. Like the Dragon Breath drone scene is amazing.
Yeah.
So that went. Even the stair scene's crazy. The steps, that's a crazy scene. It bothers you, but it's a crazy scene. Like that whole movie through and through really showed me how to, remix something that you're already doing to make it fresh and people not get tired of it. After that, controversially, technically in my number 6 spot, I'm going to have Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Only because of what was on top. Like it definitely could have been up at 1, 2,
For sure.
3 at any point. But which one's this one? Across the Spider-Verse?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For more what you guys said, the animation, I do enjoy the animation because you could do things with animation that you either can't, or if you can through live action, it'll be very difficult and very hard through the CGI and live action. But yeah, Spider-Verse for all the reasons I already mentioned. Great movie, excellent. The villain we thought was going to be the villain, well, what we thought they were in the beginning, they ended up being something completely different and being a whole different type of problem than we initially thought. But great movie. Really excited for the next one, which I didn't even know was going to be a trilogy. But hey,
I got some.
it is what it is. When I got to the end, I was mad.
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
Oh, I got a little
Hold
bit
up.
of news on that too. A little birdie tipped me on something about this. They basically said that a rough cut of the movie was shown, and they said we are not ready for what's in store for the next one.
Well, if it's better than part 2, it's gonna be wild.
They said to sit back, and they said if they're gonna let this one bang out, and they're gonna like give this a definitive ending.
Yeah. I would imagine so.
That's what I was told. I mean, so.
Okay.
So moving past that, now this is the movie that I'm going to put up against your cast for Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Also a biopic, Air.
Okay. So I did not get to see Air. I heard good things about it.
Stacked.
I heard good things about it.
Cast. And me being
Corey, did you see Air?
Yeah,
Did you see Air, Julian?
I forgot.
Yeah, one time.
Did you see Oppenheimer?
I know he's gonna
Yeah.
forget Air too.
I saw Air once, one time. So.
Okay, so I'll let you guys be the yay or nay on that.
And
well,
I still think Oppenheimer. I mean, it was a good ass.
well, let me get this. Let
We're
me
talking
get
about
this.
like cast
Cast wise.
It's tied for me.
So they had Gary Oldman playing President Truman in Oppenheimer, and you didn't even know that was him.
Nah,
You didn't even know that was him.
Because Air had
that's true.
Ben Affleck,
Chris Tucker,
Chris Tucker,
Matt Damon,
Jason.
Sudeikis.
Viola Davis.
No.
Viola Davis. What's Jason? Jason. My Secret Identity. Somebody give it to me. Somebody's got to know. Jason Bateman.
Oh,
Jason
Bateman.
Bateman, I'm sorry.
Jason Bateman. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but
Hold on. That's Viola Davis.
Keep going. I'll look it up.
So
yeah, Viola. I think it's
and I hear you. I hear you.
Is that
I
five?
hear you. But the amount that Oppenheimer had was crazy.
Well, on the same note, I didn't watch Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Either.
The amount of people
Yeah.
they okay, so we had Robert Downey Jr., we had Cillian Murphy, we got Florence Pugh, we got what's his name's wife that I wanted to be
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt. We got damn,
Too many
I'm
people
blank.
to
It's
remember,
so many
man.
people. I'm trying to go through the characters list. It's people's faces that you'll know that you can't necessarily remember their name. But
Josh Hartnett was really good in it.
the guy
And
who
I-
played
I'm saying Josh Hartnett was he was good.
Josh
at
Hartnett out
He
of
was
nowhere.
really good in that.
Didn't even look like Josh Hartnett.
He was good in Air too.
I'm trying to think of the guy. So the band, not Dream. What's the name of that band? So you think you can love me? Freddie Mercury. He played Freddie Mercury.
Queen. Oh, my man. Yeah.
Oh crap!
He was in it.
Oh, he was in that movie with Denzel. Ah, man.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're talking
It's
about.
just mad
And then he
random
was,
people.
And then he was in the James Bond movie.
Yeah. And so mad just random people was popping up in his movie. Like, damn,
he
he in
got
this
a weird
too?
name.
Yeah.
He has a weird name.
Oh
Like,
god!
damn, everybody just popping up, just random.
right.
Just
right.
the villain from Tenet was in it out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all right, everybody in this movie, everybody that's been in a Christopher Nolan movie popped up. But I'm surprised Christian Bale ain't pop up. Honestly, I thought he was gonna be in there somewhere.
But yeah,
But-
I got. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. So sorry,
So I
that
got
was
Air.
your yep
I got Air's technically what
number five. Yep.
Hold on, wait.
Because
His name was Rami Malek.
Yeah.
Rami.
Yep.
And I the only reason because I struggled with Spider-Verse and Air, where they were. I initially had Spider-Verse ahead of Air, so I looked at it. I said I saw Spider-Verse one time. I made sure to go see Air at least. I think I saw it twice.
Okay.
So I got to give it to Air.
Okay.
Plus, I'm a big Jordan fan, sneakerhead.
Made a
So
movie
that
about a sneaker.
that was and that was like a whole 2-hour movie about a man getting his sneakers on. It was great. I loved it.
And then when Affleck had his feet up.
Yeah. And I learned stuff that I didn't know.
I didn't know
I
Phil
thought
Knight
I
was
knew
like
everything
that.
about the Jordan story, and I didn't know.
It was stuff that I didn't know.
So then,
Number 4.
so number 4, here's the meat and potatoes. Now I struggle with 4 and 3. At number 4, I'm gonna go ahead and put in Transformers.
Okay.
What was it, Rise of the Beast? I wrote down Beast Wars, but yeah, Rise of the Beast. Liked it. I know I saw that at least twice or 3 times.
Good movie.
Really liked it, and then I like the human story. I like the action, and also like definitely had an emotional part to it too. The relationship between the main character and his little brother was heavy, and even when they had to kill off the one was it Maximum? What do they call it? Max? Yo, that was hard. Like the second time, it's the first time you watch something, it catches you off guard because it's your first time watching it. But when you watch something the second time, and you get that, that lump's building up in your throat because you know what's coming. Yo, like once they had to put her down, and then what's the name was like, what did he say? He said, whatever the cost, dog. I was like, so yeah. So then number 3, Guardians 3.
Okay.
For the same reason everybody talked about the action, the comedy, the emotional part. I already knew it was gonna be some shit once we got to get cool with his animal friends. I said, oh, there's nothing good gonna come out of this at all whatsoever. So
Nope.
that was another one, big lumps in the throat. Pause. But yeah, that one was something.
Okay.
So now here to the elite level of movies I had this year.
It's gonna be your top 2.
So if it's technically going to be 1 and 2, I got it coming in at number 2. It's going to be the Barbie movie.
Okay.
Saw it 7 times.
Yeah.
Nothing. No.
You saw it a lot.
I was Ken for Halloween, so nothing else needs to be
Definitely
said.
gave them
Loved the movie.
at least $2 million and $8 billion.
They probably.
I am kidding.
I'm waiting for them to send me merch. Shit.
They're selling shirts like that.
Yeah.
Down to.
So yeah, for many reasons, it was great.
Okay.
Start off as a joke, hey, we're gonna go see the Barbie movie, but I am actually a big fan of Ryan Gosling. That's one of my favorite actors. So once he was cast, I was like, okay, we might have to peep this. Margot Robbie's always easy to look at, easy on the eyes. Never gonna be mad at her on the screen. And then Will Ferrell, or what we call him, Ferrell. Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
I always call him Ferrell. Will Ferrell. I think he's hilarious. One of the funniest people ever. So him in a movie is just, you know, I'm guaranteed to laugh. So.
When he had no drumsticks, he said, "This is catastrophic. I can't stress that enough."
All right.
Get in the box, you Jezebel.
So good.
Anyway, and then so my number one,
So-
the number one's coming.
Go ahead and say it.
Got drum roll. Nah, we only need it.
I don't even know.
2 other people already put it as their number one. Anyway, Godzilla -1.
Okay.
Just saw it this week again. Probably gonna see it one more time at least before it gets pulled all the way out. First night I saw it with Jules. We caught it in IMAX, and the early premiere. It was the only IMAX showing in the area. We caught it. Brian couldn't come, so me and him went seen it the first night. I turned to Jules after it was over. I was like, bro, this might be my favorite Toho Godzilla movie ever. I'm pretty sure it's my favorite Toho joint because I love the Legendary. So the next night, I go see it. Brian's able to go. So me and Brian see it the following night. So back-to-back nights, I watched it. I turned to Brian. I was like, yo, I told your brother yesterday this was my favorite Toho movie. And I said, you know what? I think this is just my favorite Godzilla movie, period. Like Toho, Legendary. And before then, it was 2014 was my favorite. But
Okay.
this one is for all the other reasons everybody mentioned.
All right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we're almost at hour 30. We'll save some of the other ranking stuff that we had for 2023 for another episode. So today we'll just dedicate this to the movies.
It was an amazing year for films, though. Man.
Yeah,
I'll
definitely a
say
good year. I'm interested to see how this year turns out, especially with a lot of delays and stuff. I don't know if this year will be as big as
Yeah, a
last
lot of
year
things
was.
is getting moved, and a lot of things is getting delayed. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
But I'll leave the list on the screen for everybody to see. You can pause it and go through our list, and please feel free to comment your favorite movies of 2023. I think we're pretty similar with some of the things that we like. Oh, wait. Corey,
Yeah.
did you see Guardians of the Galaxy?
No.
You didn't see it? Okay.
After I
gotta
see
check
the
it out.
second one,
You got to check it out.
Watch the
man.
third one.
You got to check it out. But I think we're in agreement with a lot of things that we saw. I did forget about Extraction.
It's
so
definitely
I-
the best one too.
Yeah, I'm mad about
It was
Extraction.
definitely the best Guardians movie.
Yeah, it was better than
1 and 2.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
Like I said, man,
was a nice send-off.
It was a lot. Like I said, some things this year I was looking forward to seeing was shit, and then some of the ones that I was like,
the
ugh.
Warner Brother movie.
after Aquaman 3, man, ooh, well 2.
I haven't even watched that yet.
Yeah, I didn't even go watch it either. I'm not gonna watch it.
I'll catch it on a Tuesday.
Just wait for it.
I'll catch it on stream or something, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Shoot, I might go to People's Plaza and just walk in. Anyway,
Man, they may even give you a ticket to get in there just to go see.
all right. So that's episode 60.
next week we'll talk about football and wrestling and all that shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, top movies of 2023. Again, feel free to comment your favorite movies of the year, of the past year. So we'll call that an episode. The Watchers Podcast, WATCHERZ. I'm Tavon, Tri-State _tip on Instagram.
Target Helly 19, Snapchats, IGZs, Facebook by way of the government, Jason Williams, follow the stripes.
Smitty Green Giant on Instagram.
And Corey J on Instagram.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, till next week. Peace.
How about them Cowboys?
Hey.
Here we go.